So hi guys, today we are going to see a basic concept in Java, that is creation of an object and how to use the objects. That's a very important concept. And today I will be going to create another class so that you can able to understand very in clear. So yeah, let's create another class. So come to down. So this is main class, that is operators class. In spite of this operators class, inside this operators class we have main class. So note that we will be going to create another class here outside. So in a see, this is public class. Inside a file we can have only one public class. So now I will be going to create a normal class, not public class. So that name it as any student, like say it as a student class. So inside this we have some variables, like we have student id, name of the student. So after the having student id, student name, and age also we can have student age. So after this we need to we can have some method in this. So as this is the class, in the class we can have two things. One is variable. So with these variables I am going to have a method so called display. So what this display will do, basically this display will print all the values over here. So you can see over here in this display I am printing all the values. So first I am printing the id and the variable id, name and printing the name, age and I am printing the age. So we in between, if you want, you can also have some gap also, that's your wish. So now what I am going to do is to create an object of this student class. So how can you create an object of this class? So basically in our day-to-day life we have objects only. So this class is nothing but a blueprint of a student. You can see we have age, name, class, or everything. We have you can have anything, what the class he belongs to, and everything you need. But we don't know, and we are not passing what is the value. We don't know the values. So for that, in the main operators class, we need to have some method or object to call that student class. So how I can do that? So first of all, I am going to have a student. So this is the reference. I am going to have student reference, and after that you need to have say some variable. Suppose I will say student1 is equals to new, and you are going to have some student reference only, because that belongs to student. Okay, this is the way that you can have a student. Now you can access all the methods. You have display method and you can assign all the values. Example I will assign and show. So s1 dot, suppose if you want to id, if you want to assign id, you can have one, like that you can assign. Suppose if you want to assign name, s1 dot name, you can simply assign a name. In this fashion you can assign the age as well. So this is the fashion that you are creating this here. This statement, new student, means it is creating a new object of type student, and here s1 is the variable, like normal variable like id, name, age, how these are variables you can change. Like that s1 is also a variable of type object. So we have got an object of type student. In that we are going to allocate all the student values. Now I can call the object, means the function, this method I can call, so that it will display in the terminal. So I will say s1 dot display. That it. So basically this object, s1 object, will call this display. So another objects also you can have that will call that object. So now you can print that. Say you can see id is 1, name is Charan, and age is 20. It is printing successfully. If you want the space also, you can give space in between, that's no problem. Add plus in between, and you can give a semicolon with quotes, double quotes. So that's the basic thing, that how you can create an object, how you assign an details to an object, and finally how you call a method. Okay, I hope you understood. Suppose I have another class, teacher class. I will open the bracket. So inside this teacher class, the same thing. I will have teacher name. I will have the teacher name and teacher salary. Yeah, we already took the name. So yeah, with these two we can adjust now. For now, just for explanation purpose, I created these two. So here also we can have, I just reuse my code, this void display. So I hope you understood. So we are creating an object of student, that's nice. Now if you want how to create an object of teacher, see we have a class of teacher. Now we are going to create an object in this main function. In this similar fashion, how you created the student object, in the same fashion you also should need to create a teacher object. So if you see, I will create an object. So I will say t1 and I will say new. So this is the fashion that you are going to have, going to create an object. So new, whenever you say new teacher, it will be going to create an anonymous object for you. Anonymous object means object is created up to here, but you are not assigning to anyone. So after creating like this, you are going to assign to some variable, that is t1 in our case. So t1 is of type teacher. You have already declared the teacher class. Now we are going to set these values, the name and salary. So now come just simply here and you can set t1 dot name, and you can simply assign like your wish. That should be in string. So say some like Kiran. So mention the teacher name and don't forget to mention the semicolon. After that we have teacher dot salary. So t1 dot salary. So here the space should not come after the dot. So after that you can assign the salary. Suppose this is the number integer. Suppose you mention anything like here and you can mention this thing. Now you created an object of teacher and you assign the values for the teacher. Now you want to display, you want to show what are the values in the terminal. So for that what you can do, you can simply pass. So t1 dot display. I hope you understood. I have created a student class, I have created a teacher class, and finally I have created a student object, and I have created a teacher object and passing display as well. Now I will see what happens. Oh, it is giving an error because we have just reused our code. We need to change this here also. I will remove age and I will print just name itself, and in the next line I will print here the salary. I hope you understood what is the term. So don't be afraid of the errors, just read the errors. It is showing in the system.ln.println we are passing id and id. So but in the teacher object we did not ever created an object variable, id variable. So that is the reason it is showing an error. For that I just fixed here. So I just removed and printed two string in two statements. Now I just for your sake I will just clear this terminal windows and I just rerun. So you can see that, so id 1 and Charan 20, this is for the class student. I hope you understood. It is printing this statement it is printing for the student, and the name and salary is printing for the teacher. So like that you can create an object like this for any class you can create like that. I created for teacher also. So I hope you understood. So I will going to remove this. Suppose if you want to execute multiple methods, suppose I created another class called calculator. So in this calc you are going to have multiple methods like addition, division, multiplication, subtraction. So for that you need to have multiple methods. Suppose I will create public, so add. So you need to mention the type of the method as well, that is void. It will be not going to return anything, it will be just printing the statements in the terminal. So basically it will be going to print something. So I will just simply say s out. So this is the add means what, it will be going to take two variables. So int n1. So basically you can see I have created a class of calc. Inside this calc I am having add, subtract, multiplication and division. So inside all these things I have two integers, that is integer n1 and n2. So here I have created a new object with the help of new keyword and calc. So I am assigning to an object of type calc. So see that calc is an class. So now I am creating basically object. So this object here, this object dot add. So I am calling it this add function. I am passing two values because here add is accepting two values. If you did not pass these two values, it's going to give an error. So that's the main important reason that you need to pass two values inside that. So after doing that, you can see if you do that, if you run that, you can see 9 because it is executing and it is adding two values and printing in the terminal. So like that, if you can pass, like if you can execute all the statements, it is better. So now I will say subtract. So these all statements that means all the functions I have called with the help of this object. Now I will try to print in so that I will check. So you can see all the results that I have printed in the terminal. So with this you can confirm that how many methods that you want to perform in this any class that you can perform simply with the help of object creation. Like this you can create an object, and object you can pass the values. So not only that, inside this class you can declare how many variables you want, like that how many variables you want. And not only that, you can keep that as public as well, public. But majorly you will see all the in normal cases all the things will be in private, because nobody wants to see what are the variable values that you are not going to assign. Sorry, what are the values that you are what are the variables that you have, that anyone do not have access, should not have a direct access. So generally we keep these variables inside the other classes as private only. So remember, we keep other variables as the private only, but the methods that we are doing is public. That is very very important. If you keep this private, that according to your wish, but generally we will keep this as public, and the variables inside other classes will be private. I hope you understood this video.